All right, so this is our 2023 Colorado ZR2, and we bought this truck a couple years ago. Came with 33-inch tires, and we immediately put a leveling kit, 2-inch, 1-inch from Peak Suspension on here, some 35-inch tires. That was great, but it's pretty easy to fit 35s. We wanted to upgrade to some big boy tires. So we've got 37 1250 Yokohama MTs on here now. And well, they don't just bolt on, they rub like crazy everywhere in this fender. You steer just a little bit, you steer a little bit more, they rub everywhere. So we can't even drive it around the shop or the parking lot. Today we're gonna show you how we can modify these fenders with something else we've developed here for clearance and properly fit these 37-inch tires. First thing we're gonna do, get this tire out of our way. We'll go ahead and jack it up underneath our skid plate. With the tire out of the way, we can see some of the places it was rubbing down here. We're gonna take care of that. Ultimately, what we're gonna be doing today is taking 1 3/4 inch out of this plastic fender flare, and we'll take 2 inches out of the corresponding sheet metal behind it to get our tire clearance. That's gonna also removing these fender liners to get them out of the way and access our clips for the flares around the back side. There's one more hidden on the back side up here. Don't forget it. Now the liner's loose. I have already removed it. There'd typically be a plastic clip right there. Just pinch it to separate it. All right, now inside the fender, we're gonna take some pliers and we're gonna pinch all of these clips scattered all around, securing the fender flare. Work from one side to the other. You don't struggle, you're not doing it right. Okay, this flare is about to fall off, which in this situation is what we want. Ta-da. On the back side of the flare, you can see all the clips that I just pinched to release. Be careful of these clips. These are surprisingly $5 to $10 a clip from the GM dealer in special order. So try to save those, not damage them. You can also see that there's 2 rows of clips on the flare. So essentially what we're gonna do is cut right about where this second row starts. Just delete that whole inner portion and then clip it back on with the outer part. All right, so I'm just removing some of the clips that are on this inside row here, all the blue and orange ones. We're gonna remove those. We don't wanna damage them. We'll actually try to use them on the rear flares later. I will show you why at that point. But for now, we're just gonna set those aside. These gray ones don't really matter. They're designed to clip into plastic. They're kind of the wrong size. So now we're gonna flip this flare over and measure 1 3/4 inches all the way around the edge. Now 1 3/4 inches is what I'm doing on this. You don't have to do 1 3/4 inches. You don't even have to trim this, realistically, if you don't want to fit big tires, but I think it looks kind of good with more fender clearance too. We're gonna take some thin masking tape here. We're just gonna apply it down along those marks that we made, ensuring nice, smooth contours so it doesn't look like we've completely hacked these flares, even though we are. Yeah, at this point, I got my line taped out. We're pretty good here. I won't follow it perfectly. It's got a little wiggle there, but I'll get real close. And I'm a metal guy, I usually use a grinder, but a body saw or something reciprocating like this jigsaw is gonna be a much better fit for cutting this plastic so it doesn't melt everywhere. Almost forgot my safety squints. All these tabs that we cut through, if you noticed a few times while I was cutting, it slowed down a little. It's because I was hitting those. We're just gonna trim off that little flap on all of them. All right, now we're back to the truck. We've cut our flare. We're gonna cut that 2 inches out of here. So I'm just gonna mark, kind of like you did on the flare, all the way around at 2 inches. Get your favorite colored spark maker, start cutting. At this area up here, and this bracket in particular, was the most likely area that we saw when you were steering for the tire to rub. So we cut it a little bit, and we're gonna hammer it back. All right, and then we're gonna remove this bolt right here. This step might be the hardest. You gotta find your 10 millimeter. Next, we're gonna take this bracket right here, and we're gonna install it using that bolt. Yeah, so we're making a secondary paint line just past the holes for the clips on the fender. But we want to make sure that we don't go too far. We're trying to do this underneath our flare location, and you got to be mindful when you get to the end here. There's a little line. The flare stops short just past that last hole. We're going to apply some more masking around it, and then we're going to paint that area. A little bit of Rust-Oleum. Shake it a few more times. For this part of our installation, we're going to put this fender liner back on the truck and then do some modifications to it. Okay, with the liner back on, we can really see all the clearance that we're gonna be gaining versus having the factory flare and liner in there. This panel right here is essentially going to replace the whole outside edge of this and get rid of all this material. So we're going to trim it away with a razor blade. Behind this lower section, we've got this crash bar. We're basically going to trim this liner just above it. So we're going to go about that high up, straight across all the way to along the frame here. Then as we move up, we're going to cut. There's a groove, we can kind of see right here, this ridge. We're gonna cut in that groove along the top of the liner. This area is a little bit rigid up here. You can kind of see where we've got all these bumps here. We're gonna follow inward at them to give a little bit of relief to this edge, like so. So it can kind of tuck up like that. At this back area, we're gonna be using these bolt locations right here on our new panel. And so we wanna be able to cut just past that, right about here. Allows that to flex a little bit again, and we can get that just like that. Now we're going to take our panel and we're going to insert it into our fender. We're going to try to get this into position and line up these two factory holes. Now we're going to take our front portion of the panel and some of these stainless button head screws, attach our two segments together. These three screws are in place. You can fully snug them down, make sure they're good and tight. Good and tight, that's the spec. Now I kind of messed up on the fender liner. We wanted to stop a little bit earlier here. I kind of tapered it off. I'm gonna throw a zip tie here, but for your truck, don't cut quite so far. Stop up here about where the seam is between the two panels right there. And that'll allow you to sandwich in this liner between the two pieces and then secure it with another bolt right here into this factory clip location. You can kind of see there's a shadow of where that screw was right there, and that'll line up. Now we're going to reapply our fender flare to the fender. At this point, we want to determine a couple more locations. I'm going to use this bracket right here for a zip tie. So I'm going to poke a hole right down here carefully. And then I'm going to also go down here to this brake line bracket to secure this end and tuck it in a little bit closer so that way our tires don't eat it. Now the truck is going to clear 37s perfectly. I'm going to go around, sand, touch up this edge just a little bit. And of course, all of these panels still need to be painted. We're just showing you how to install them at the moment, but these should all be painted black so that they don't rust. Yes, I'm the guy that starts their lug nuts with an impact. Supervisor's here. What's up, Supervisor? What do you think, Jack? Did we do a good job? Looks like a 37 fit, eh? Now to work. All right, we're gonna move on to the rear of the truck. And the first part of that is gonna be ditch this fender liner just like we did on the front. If you get this rear liner out, it's many more of these T15 Torx screws, just like the front. Okay. Got all those removed. At the top, right in the middle, there's one plastic clip, little push pin. We're just gonna pull the head loose and remove it. With all that done, we can start removing this liner out of the fender well. All right, so at this point, there's an outer layer of sheet metal for the bedside, and there's an inner layer for the liner in here. We have two rows of clips, so one of them is inside the fender well, and the other one is kind of in the void of the upper bedside here that you can't really access. We're gonna reach in and have somebody help hold the flare, just a little bit of tension on it, pulling it, while I pinch and release as many clips as possible, so that way we can reattach this later. That ringed on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, we're gonna break a couple at the top here. Okay. A few broken clips, mix and match, move a few around. We should be good to go. Clip pry tool here, and I'm going to remove the remaining pieces of these. On the rear of the truck, we're going to be cutting right around where this body line is here. All of these holes are going to be retained though, so I'm going to apply some tape. Each strip of tape is right where the inner row of fender flare holes were for the clips. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting the area in between all of these sections of tape, but leaving this area solid for the time being. Then we're just going to cut the lip off the inside sheet metal here. And then we're going to take what's left over right here, we're going to fold it over and use the 2 holes that are aligned there with some 1/4-inch stainless screws like we used on the front fenders, and secure this together. So that way this outer layer is still attached to the inner layer and stays secure. Okay, at this part of the process, we're gonna get some big pliers. We're gonna grab all the way into the depth of our cut, pinch and fold back. Do that for each one of these sections. With all these tabs folded back, now we're gonna come in here with our grinder again and take out the material between each one. Next step of this process, we're gonna just omit the rear liner in this case. You could probably reinstall it and trim it and kind of modify it similar to how we took a little bit out of the liner in the front and then just tuck it behind these tabs here. But what we're gonna do is put a little primer down, paint all the body colored area inside your fender, let that dry, and then I'm gonna come back and hit it with some undercoating, which takes forever to dry, so we're not gonna make you sit through all that. We'll show you the other side of the truck that's already complete. But once that's all done, we'll line this all with undercoating. Thank you. And then I'm gonna insert some 1/4-inch by 3/4-inch stainless button head screws into all these tabs, into the holes here. And then that'll secure this, and we'll be ready to clip the fender flare back on just after we trim that. All right, so on the rear, we cut 1 3/4 out of the sheet metal, and we're gonna cut 1.5 inches out of the plastic. Reapply the fender flare. Get all the clicks. Click, click, click. Very good, very nice. Fine and dandy. Okay. Click, click. Click. We're ready to go test this thing out. Boom, 37's.